panicking. Don't panic. No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
A stitch up. It was a stitch up.
Upset. When I lose the small side of games, I'm upset. Because that's the fucking standard. When I don't see a team that wants to play in the Champions League. You want to play in the Champions League? Play to play in the Champions League. And the same to you and everybody. And everybody that comes on the bench to contribute, to help. We were so hard to be here, and we give it away. The good thing we have 45 minutes.
Do you think the best team lost this time?
I think so, yeah. Especially for 160 minutes. I'm saying that, and they are saying that because they just told me that.
Who did the PSG bench?
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta. Oh, boss, that game against Bournemouth was crazy. The last-minute goal, we went nuts. Though some people say every time we win a game, we celebrate like we won the league. We don't over-celebrate, do we, boss?
Oh, no, Martin Odegaard. I don't think so.
Welcome back, family, to Northside LDN, and today we've got the press conference for the Arsenal Forest game. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Versus sabe como é que a cena funciona. Big up to everyone locked in right now, and we're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna get it straight into this. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, and we're gonna get straight into it. What's this? What's going on here? All right, what screen is it? Is that the screen? No, that's the wrong screen, right? Is it that screen? Too many screens. There we go. Allow. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio. Big up to everyone that's locked in, and let's just get into it. Let's go. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear. Fine. If not, I'll modify it so everyone can hear. Let's go.
Hello. Very good. It's good. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's well. We'll kick off with the As Live section. So just a reminder, it's As Live until we leave the room, and then we'll have a 10:30 embargo section for tonight. So if you're all ready, Phil, sorry, can you...
If everyone can hear, make sure. All right, cool. Everything good, yeah? Big up, my G. All right, let's go.
Try to go back there, please. Okay, thank you, mate. Sorry. Thank you. If you're all ready, we'll kick off with Gary from Sky Sports.
Hi, Gary.
Nice to see you again. Have you had a nice little break from tomorrow?
Yeah, some time off, some work done to review what we've done in the first part of the season. And then obviously watching all the internationals play, and most of them have a very successful time with the national teams.
Piss off with the adverts, man. All right, let's go. Move. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Everyone came back fit and able to part.
Yeah, it's very different to last season. So I'm very pleased with that. They had a lot of minutes, some very important impact as well in their games, and everybody's good.
And in terms of the injuries we knew about before the international break, I noticed that Bukayo wasn't, certainly the filming after training, he wasn't out there.
Yeah. Now Bukayo is out, still out, and he's trying to get back as quick as possible, but we need to respect that process. Willie trained today, and the rest, as usual, have been white as well.
Okay, we have to respect that process. I'm expecting when Bukayo Saka comes back that he doesn't get re-injured straight away, the same as Ben White and Odegaard and other players like that. So you want to respect the process, no problem. Yeah, I'm saying I'm expecting no more injuries because players keep getting re-injured. But let's continue.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben is okay.
In terms of Bukayo, either down then or he's out.
He's out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So big games coming up, obviously in the Champions League, and then next weekend Manchester City. Are you targeting either of those?
Let's see. He's evolving really well. It's with very specific work at the moment, and the moment that we increase that load, let's see how he reacts.
He's not being ruled out for the next game.
Okay, so it's a doubt if Saka's going to be available for the City game. He said when he increases the load. Listen, don't rush the player back in it. All I want is do not rush this player back. Por amor de Deus, do not rush him back. You've brought in a winger. You've kept 2 wingers that we wanted to get rid of. Utilize them. You've kept them. Utilize them. Use them. Justify your decision to keep them and to bring in Madueke. Everyone already knows my thoughts on Madueke. I don't want to see Saka getting rushed back. You've got the players there that you can use. You've got Ethan, you've got Dowman, and you've got the other bums that you could use if that's what you want to do. There's no reason to be rushing Saka back if you're happy with this team and happy with the business done in the summer.
Not yet.
William Saliba?
We train today, so we have a decision to make whether we play him or not.
A decision whether you're going to play Saliba or not. The guy twisted his ankle and all of a sudden he's miraculously better. He couldn't continue. He went down. And within a couple of weeks, all of a sudden he's available. This doesn't sound right to me. I'm sorry. This doesn't sound right to me. I don't know about you guys, but this doesn't sound right to me. Saka, he's going to test if he's available. Saliba could be available already. To me, it stinks like he's trying to rush these players back. How are they available? The way that Saliba went down couldn't continue after what, 4 or 5 minutes? Against Liverpool, come on, man. He's not ready. How are you still assessing if he's good enough or not? And let's not even do this whole thing of we're not going to let any team know if we got injuries. Zinchenko already released a book. He already exposed you that you lie about these injuries, that you try and make it seem like players are available that are not available. So let's just not do that. The cat's out the bag, innit? The cat is out the bag. So just stick to saying the facts. You're going to protect the way you're saying that you need to protect Saka and the way that you need to respect the process of him getting back to full fitness, then we need to do the same with Saliba. I don't understand it. I don't understand how Saka can all of a sudden, oh, it looks like he's still out and he's not available. But all of a sudden, Saliba twisted his ankle, your words, in the warm-up for the Liverpool game. But all of a sudden, miraculously, he might be playing against Forest. Make this make sense to me. Don't be loading him up with injections. Don't be doing all that nonsense, bro. Man said respecting the process of players getting back to full fitness. Then respect that process then. Stick to your words. This ain't sounding right to me. I'm sorry, this ain't sounding right to me.
Well, that's good news.
Very good news, yeah.
One player that you couldn't talk about for the trade because you haven't yet got him through the door.
Yeah.
You have now in Captain. Said that right.
Good spelling, yeah.
Tell us about him and why he wanted it.
Well, it's a player that we monitored for years, and he became available. Obviously, we had the departure of Jakub as well, and we needed another player in that position that could upgrade as well what we had, playing different position, playing different formation, a player that obviously has a lot of experience already at his age. So very, very happy to have him.
Different positions, Hincapi, different positions, different formations. So we're going to be doing the same thing. Instead of playing him as a centre back, we'll pay him as a left back, a right back. Yeah, I mean, maybe even play him as a DM. It looks like the whole, players playing multiple positions is still going to continue. But we'll see. We'll see how good he is after a couple of games.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Obviously, he's trained only 2 days with us. He had a long travel with the national team. Very successful game at the end against Argentina. But overall, he's available, yeah.
Ange is returning to the Emirates. 4 times he's tried to beat Mikel Arteta team and failed every time. Lost the last 3. Do you expect any different running this time with this new Forest?
Well, I think with Ange, his biggest strength, in my opinion, is the way he's been. He has put his fingerprints in that team, and he has a very clear way of playing, very clear DNA, extremely good to watch, learn a lot from him, and it will be a very difficult game.
You say it's the same as who we are, mate, but clearly he was adapting that Tottenham side towards the end of the season, playing different kind of football to go on and actually win that trophy. Do you expect people to adapt now with this new set of players compared to the style we expect from them?
Move the advert, man. I swear down. So annoying. Move yourself. This is why I always screen record. This is why I always pre-record it, man, because of nonsense like this. Hurry up, man. Move the advert. Let's see what Super Mick has got to say.
Essential for living.
Another one. Come on, man. I want to see what the best looking Spaniard has got to say, man. The best tactician in world football. Move yourself.
I don't know, and I cannot control that. So obviously he's made the decision to go to Forest now because for sure he believes that with the players that he has, he can do what he wants to do and be successful again. But obviously we had very different expectations if he would have been the manager, because it was already for a long time and very clear what he wanted to do with Angie there. And the time that he had, there would be things that they were different for sure.
What problems does it give you as a head coach, the fact that you may be preparing for a different manager and then that change comes?
Well, that you have to focus much more on yourself and improving and taking the game where you want to. Because at the end now, even if you know the manager, the scenario can change after 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 60 minutes. I mean, the flexibility, understanding and preparation that goes through now in the Premier League. So what you expect for 5 minutes is not going to be the same picture for 95 minutes. So that's what we prepare for every single day.
That's what you prepare for every single day. That's funny, Mikel, because I remember you saying... I remember you telling us the same narrative and the same story that we have to be prepared and we have to adjust and we have to be ready when it came to PSG. And you had no solution against PSG. So we've heard all of this narrative about we have to be prepared and we have to be ready and we have to be, up and able to do everything we can to beat the opposition and be prepared. I've heard this all before. Innit? You better not lose to Forest. I'm telling you right now, you better not lose to Forest. I'm telling you, because I'm going to lose it. You better win that game. I don't want to see no 3 DMs in the midfield. I don't want to see us sitting back, absorbing pressure while Ange plays the high line. I've heard this all before, innit? Do your talking on the pitch, innit? We'll judge you based on your performances on the pitch.
As well.
Yeah.
Common consensus is that you just had the best summer transfer window ever in terms of getting your targets and maybe getting them in quickly without any trouble, with the backing of the ownership, obviously, and the new recruitment team. Are you almost better now since he's left?
I was very happy with Edu. I think Edu did a tremendous job at this club, especially where the club was at a time when he joined, and he was a big part of that transformation of the football club. And then he decided to leave, and he's come in very different circumstances to the club and done an incredible job as well. So good. It's not necessary to compare when you have two people at that level that are both so good.
Of course you like Edu, because Berta's exposing you. He's exposing the whole narrative about the right ingredients, the right players. He needs his own players. He needs a team that understands the way he wants to play football. Of course you like. I'm sure, look at that face. He's probably thinking, fuck, why did they get rid of Edu, man? This is exactly why he wanted to keep his guy Edu in the job, man. You and Edu, you know what I'm saying, had a little good thing going on, finessing this whole fan base. And now Bert has come and said, oh, you need a striker? Bofash. You need a number 10? Bofash. You know what I'm saying? You need another centre-back? Bofa. You know what I mean? You need another DM? Bofa. There you go. Now we're looking at you, Mikel. Now we're looking at you. Can't say you weren't backed. Can't say you ain't got the players that you needed from last season. Can't say you ain't got creativity. Can't say you ain't got a striker. Do you know what I'm saying? Can't say you ain't got options off the bench anymore. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I bet you miss Edu. I bet you miss Edu because Edu was shielding you. We're shielding how bad you are of a tactician and of a manager. Yeah, I'm saying, but we're gonna be watching you, bro. Let's see how long you last in the job playing Merino in the 10, playing Martinelli on the left, playing Madueke on the right-hand side. I bet you miss Edu. I bet you miss Edu. Do you know what I'm saying? Crazy. Let's continue.
Alex from Premier.
Hi. You said you've been reviewing the first part of the season during the international break. How satisfied are you with where the squad is at this stage?
Well, I wanted 9 points instead of 6. I think Aaron explained the game really well after the game when he said we played 10 times, probably 8 times will be a draw, 1 will be for Arsenal, and the 1 was for Liverpool. And a magic moment decided that game. So we won more. We want to win more of those games. And
Puta que pariu. This manager actually thinks that's a great argument. Oh, if we play against Liverpool 10 times out of 10 games, 8 times we get a draw. 1, they win the game, and the other 1, we win the game. The fact that out of 10 times, if we repeat that match, we come out with a draw, shows exactly why you have not evolved as a manager, and shows exactly why we were right as a fan base to critique your starting 11. Why is it that 8 times out of 10, that Liverpool game, we're coming out with a draw? That's not a positive, bro. We lost the league because of 14 draws. So what are we doing to rectify that? Oh, we're playing again for other draws. We're playing for draws again. We're playing for draws again and leaving with 0 points. We're not even leaving with a point. We're not even leaving with a draw. We're dropping all 3 points. And you think this is a great thing to bring up in the press conference? Oh, well, 8 times out of 10, we would have got a draw. Is that a good comeback? Does this feel that Arteta listen to himself? Now, Baroto, do you listen to yourself? We're supposed to be winning a major honor this year. We're supposed to be winning a major honor 3 seasons ago. And now you're talking about, and this goes back to the arrogance of this manager after we beat Man United after scamming a win. And he goes, guys, we play Manchester and we win 1-0. People not happy? Not good enough. Yeah, well, guess what? We dropped the points against Liverpool, filo da puta. You know what I'm saying? So what are you telling me now? Man thinks that's a good, is that a good reflection of the way that we set up? That 8 times out of 10 would get a draw. This guy's lost it, bro. He got way too comfortable. He's got way too comfortable at Arsenal, not winning anything, and his job not being on the line. This is what happens.
And reviewing what we've done, and as well the circumstances that we had, not only in the way that we play, but in other areas, there are still room to improve for sure. And that's very good because the team is already at a really high level.
Was it a bad time for the break to come? Did you want to play straight away?
Yeah, 100%. You know, after the defeat, you want to have a game in the next 3 days, get it out of the system. But it's what it is. But at the same time, I look at the players on international duties and how they've grown. I mean, the roles that they have in the teams, the impact that they have in every single match. And I feel pride because, they can lose a game and they can go to the national team, they can click again, perform, and most of them win and be very important on those wins.
Why can Odegaard perform better for Norway than he can for Arsenal? How about that? Why is he finding the striker better when he plays for Norway than when he plays for Arsenal? I thought he's supposed to be the captain of Arsenal. You're trying to take credit for the way the players are playing on international break. Well, bring that to the club then. Because Odegaard's been nothing but frustrating for the last 2 years. Merino, yeah, he done his thing, but we saw last season, not good enough to win the league. So as much as you want to be cocky and arrogant, look at the players on international break, look at what they're doing. Cool. Why don't you bring some of what they're applying with their national team manager to what we need right now? Because our football stinks. So why don't you focus on that instead of trying to be cocky and, look at the way they're playing in international. Look at the way we've been playing in the last 3 games. How about that? Has it been good enough? Has it been good enough? This guy's a waste, man. Anyway, let's continue.
Positive result at the Emirates before that. How important to make the Emirates a fortress?
Yeah, that's what we want, and we had a really good game against Leeds. It's going to be a very different game against Forest for sure. But it was a kickoff in front of our people after 10 days. Really looking forward to it.
Just a word on Mikel Merino, because he scored 4 goals during the break, including his first ever hat-trick. Has he asked you to play up front tomorrow?
No, but he did it from the midfield, you know. But Mikel has this ability. He has some comments, and after Liverpool saying that we play with 3 midfielders, defensive midfielders, I think it was the narrative, no? When Mikel has scored a hat-trick playing as an attacking midfielder, I don't know when is the next attacking midfielder scores 3 goals. So
that was the narrative. Oh, so now he wants to have a little slide dig for his setup against Liverpool. Okay, where was Moreno's hat-trick against Liverpool? Where was his goal against Liverpool? When does he score goals for Arsenal playing in the midfield? Since when has Merino ever played well for Arsenal playing in the 10? Please tell me that, Mikel. Please tell me that. Because the only time I've seen this guy perform is up front as a striker. So if you want to go with the narrative that, he scores goals, then why didn't you play him as a striker instead of Gyökeres then, if you believe in him so much? Why did you put him in that midfield that was creating nothing? Merino was creating nothing and he wasn't scoring any goals. So what is it that's your actual point? You still set us up defensive. You got Declan Rice there defending. You got Zubimendi defending, and you had Merino doing nothing but defend. He did nothing in the final third. He did nothing to create any opportunities. So what are you talking about? We were set up defensive. This guy, the arrogance is crazy, bro. If the players listen, why? Like I said again, if the Norwegian manager, national team manager, can get Odegaard playing through balls quickly and finding a striker, why can't you get him doing that? If Merino can score goals through the midfield, why can't you get him doing that in the 10 at Arsenal? We're looking at you, Mikel, because you're gassing up these players. We're looking at you. So you should be getting these performances under these players. You train with them every day. You see them more often. They've been around your system longer. Why aren't you getting these performances out of them then? What's this guy talking about? And once again, you're trying to say, oh, but Merino, oh, but he was playing as an attacking midfielder. Look at what he did. Okay, cool. So why at the end of the Liverpool game, why did you only highlight the chance that Eze had 1v1 with the goalkeeper? Why didn't you talk to us about the opportunities in the final third that Merino had? Oh, yeah, because he didn't have any. He didn't have any because you set up defensive, because you played him out of position. Well, to be honest, he needs to be played out of position, but not in the number 10, not in the 10 role. So why can't you get that tune out of Merino then? Why weren't you annoyed at Merino the same way you was annoyed with Eze and his opportunity to score? Because that was the only opportunity that you highlighted after the Liverpool game. How come this goal-scoring number 10 machine in Merino, how come you weren't calling him out for all his opportunities that he missed? Oh, yeah, because he didn't create any opportunities. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm not even getting on to Merino. I'm getting on to this manager because he's one of the most disingenuous managers I've ever seen in my life. You set us up defensive. There was no creativity in that midfield. And if you wanted Merino and you look at him as such a great goal scorer, then you should have played him up front and fed him opportunities and got Martinelli to link up with him and got Madueke to bring Merino into the game in the final third to score the goals and get at the end the chances. But you didn't. So don't try this whole narrative of trying to twist the truth. Because you don't get Merino scoring 3 goals in the number 10 at Arsenal. So don't try it, bro. Don't try it. Biggest gaslight I've ever seen in my life.
Very interesting to learn and what perception is, especially when you lose a football match, and how important it is to analyze and understand your players' quality in order to make decisions that are based on what you understand daily, which is very clear as well.
Okay, to understand the players' quality. Okay, cool. Why can't you understand that Dalman and Ethan are better than Martinelli and Madueke if you know so much about players' qualities? How is it that you don't understand that Ethan is way more naturally effective in the number 10 than Odegaard that takes too long to release the ball? That Dalman causes panic and can get out and can win us penalties and free kicks outside the opposition box. Why is it that you can't understand that Moreno's not a number 10? Why can't you understand that? Why can't you understand that Calafiori is not good enough as a left back? Why can't you understand that this Martinelli experiment of starting him on the left has gone dry? It went dry 2 years ago. So when you talk about understanding the players, stop playing players out of position. Stop playing players that are out of form. Give minutes to players that are actually affecting the game. If you know the best of your players, why can't you understand that Skelly, if you want more creativity and control in that midfield, that you could play Skelly in the 8. You could play Odegaard in the 8. And then you can play Dalman or Ethan in the 10. And all of a sudden, our football looks way more fluid. All of a sudden, we're actually able to create from deep. You want to talk about understanding your players' strengths. Why can't you understand that? This guy, bro, this guy talks too much. Too much about understanding Moreno's strengths. Tell me one game Moreno's played well in the 10 for Arsenal. And you want to talk about his strengths and you play him against Liverpool in the 10.
Ian, talk about.
Hi, Joe, how are you?
Very good.
Good. Good to have Aaron back in football. Good to have big character.
Very good, I think. As a character, as a person, what he transmits, what he brings to football is a joy towards the team that I always enjoyed it and learned from it. So, yeah, very welcome to having him back.
You mentioned about how his team plays because of DNA. And yet, football, as we saw with England this week, people are starting to play more long throws, which you've done for over a season. You've scored a lot of mix things up. Do you think now just having one style of play, one bit of DNA is enough?
But I don't know what you're talking about DNA. What does that mean? Does that mean when they have the ball, when the ball is very close to their goalkeeper, when they are in high press, when they are in D, when they have a throw-in? What DNA? So depends. So yeah, people will alter their way of playing, their way of thinking. They will tweak things in relation to that. Try to maintain certain ways and certain approach to the game that they want to play. That's it.
Tell me about your DNA. Your Arsenal team DNA.
We can go do a blood test and then you can see my DNA.
Fair enough.
Wow. He actually thinks that was a smart comment. Filo da puta. That wasn't smart. What you tried to do is not answer the question and think that you're slick. He asked you, having one style of football, one style of play, is that Forest's DNA? And he asked you about your DNA. And what did you say? Oh, you can slice my blood, you can get my DNA. You can't even explain the style of football that we implement at Arsenal. Slot came out the other day saying, listen, when he was getting pressed about playing a high line and pushing the fullbacks forward and getting them overlapping, he said, I like to play winning, attacking football. I like to play for the 3 points. This manager wants to be sarcastic and say, oh, well, if you cut me, you can see my DNA. Bro, you know your time is up. You don't even know what type of football that you're playing. This ain't even defensive football anymore. This is just build the wall of China. Trump's wall. That's what we do. Part the bus, part the airplane, part the submarine. This guy thinks he's funny, bro. Your job is on the line. Your job is on the line and you want to be cracking jokes. The fact that the players look as confused as a fan base as to what style of football that we're playing says everything about what you're doing in training and what the idea is. So you could be all smug as you want and say, oh, you can cut my veins and you can see my DNA. This is the same manager. I remember this guy preaching that we're going to change the DNA of the club. Cool. You want to change the DNA of Arsenal? That was your words. What have you changed about Arsenal? What DNA have you changed? Because before you, we were at least winning cups. Since you, we're not even winning cups anymore. We used to be the team that's constantly winning FA Cups. What have you brought to the table? And that was Wenger at his worst. He was still winning FA Cup. What are you doing? Fumbling Carabao, fumbling FA Cup. And listen, this guy wants to be smug, yeah? You want to talk about DNA? What was the DNA against 10-man Man United? What was the DNA going into the Newcastle game last season? I think we lost against them 3 times. Eddie Howe has your number. So you want to sit there smug and smiling about, oh, but the DNA. What was the DNA against Newcastle? How come every single time Eddie Howe slaps you up? How come you couldn't beat Bayern Munich? The worst Bayern Munich team I've ever seen. What was the DNA against PSG? Long throw-ins. What was the DNA against Liverpool? Because we look absolutely clueless in that game. What was the DNA against Man United? Don't let the win and the 3 points fool you there. What was the DNA in the way that we were playing? This guy's been here 6 years and wants to be making smug jokes. Smug jokes, yeah? Smug jokes. If you do not win a major honor this season, the jokes are done. The jokes are done. The joke is going to be on you. But this is how he is, bro. This is how he is. Smug and arrogant. We'll see. We'll see. It's your job on the line, not mine.
Goalkeeper, David Raya makes his 100th appearance in all comps for you against Nottingham Forest. 41 clean sheets. Nearly 50%. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. It's the best in the history of the football club.
Okay, I'll rephrase it.
Yeah.
Is he mad? Is he mad? We're going to VAR that. David Raya, clean sheets, is the best in the history of this club in the Premier League. Okay, cool. We're gonna get into it. The best in this club's history, you know. David Raya's 40 clean sheets. Okay, let's get the stats out. Because once again, this manager is absolutely waffling. Where's my mouse? He's absolutely waffling. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. Let's VAR that. Let's VAR that. Let's VAR that.
To the game that they want to play. That's it.
Tell me about your DNA. Your Arsenal team DNA.
We can go do a blood test and then you can see my DNA.
Fair enough. Goalkeeper, David Raya makes his 100th appearance in all comps for you against Nottingham Forest. 41 clean sheets. Nearly 50%. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. It's the best in the history of the football club.
The best in the history of the football club. Yeah? Okay. Okay. He ain't better than Pat Jennings. He ain't better than Pat Jennings. Yeah? Jens Lehmann. Jens Lehmann. Yeah? Is he better than Jens Lehmann? No, he's not. Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, Community Shield. Is Raya better than Jens Lehmann? No, he's not. No, he's not. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, Jens Lehmann in the Champions League, he has a record for the most consecutive clean sheets with 8 matches. Has the highest number of continuous minutes without conceding goals with 853 minutes. It's clear to see why he's regarded as one of the greatest goalkeepers of this generation. David Seaman. David Seaman. Is he better than David Seaman? Is Raya better than David Seaman? No, he's not. Do you know what I'm saying? No, he's not. He has 500, David Seaman, 584 appearances, 228 clean sheets. How is Raya better than David Seaman? Please explain that to me. Please explain that to me, because David Seaman, 228 clean sheets, yeah? Multiple league titles, FA Cups. Is David Raya better than... What are you talking about? That David Raya is the best in the history of this football club? Bro, these men are just ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. The shamelessness as well for him to say that, like he doesn't know the history of this football club, is a joke. Is a joke. If you want to talk about trophies, he doesn't eclipse Lehmann and he doesn't eclipse Seaman. If you want to talk about our most decorated goalkeeper, is David Seaman. So what are we doing here? Do you know what I'm saying? David Seaman, 3 league titles, 4 FA Cups, a League Cup, and a European Cup Winners' Cup. And you want to tell me that David Raya is our best goalkeeper ever in the history of this football club? Are you stupid, bro? Are you stupid or are you retarded? Because that will let me know exactly what you're talking about. But this is as stupid as his comment about 22 years we don't win at Old Trafford. I think we won there 06-07. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? And the only reason David Raya looks as good as he does as well, to bump up his numbers, is because we don't attack. We're a brick wall in front of goal. We don't open up. We don't commit to attacks. We don't attack properly. It's defense first the whole time. So what are you chatting about? This is Lehmann and Seaman in teams that attack, that went forward, that tried to win to win games, tried to win titles, won titles, won FA Cup, won silverware, won a Cup Winners' Cup. So, I mean, it's crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. Like, bro, it's mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, no side, at least Ray is better than Almunia. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm telling you, bro. Like, he's nowhere near the level of Lehmann and Seaman, bro. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Man is hyping up things. And even with Raya's stats here, what have we won? What have we won? We've won absolutely nothing. You're always gassing up stats that mean nothing, because ultimately we ain't won anything. We ain't won anything. So it's all great to have the stats. Stats are an addition. They're an addition to winning trophies. Who cares? Do you know what I'm saying? Who cares? Hold on a sec. All right, cool. We're back. Like I said, this is just crazy, bro. The way he's now trying to rejig stats and trying to make all this. Oh, we haven't won in Old Trafford for 22 years. Oh, we've got the best. I went out there and got the best goalkeeper in the history of this club. Fuck off, Arteta, man. Stop being disingenuous. Tell the truth, bro. Tell the truth. Stop with this bullshit, bro. Stop with the bullshit, bro. Do you know what I mean? If you were that good, you wouldn't even need to try and fudge these stats or the reality, bro. What's this guy talking about? Oh, I don't get it, bro. This football club like to celebrate stats more than they like to celebrate trophies. It's crazy, bro. Now I'm gonna VAR that one more time. He is shameless, bro.
Arsenal team DNA.
We can go do a blood test and.
Next Nottingham Forest, 41 clean sheets, nearly 50%. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. It's the best in the history of the football club. Yeah.
Very good.
Look, look, he's actually. I can't believe this fraud is grinning teeth. Like, what? You don't know about Seaman and Lehman, no? You never heard of them. You never heard of them. You don't know that Seaman is our most decorated goalkeeper. This is mad. This is actually, look at the way he's smiling, bro. Like he's actually done something. Like he's proven something. This guy's a clown. This guy's a clown, and everyone that follows him is as big as a clown as him. Look at him grinning teeth, bro. Oh my days, man. The most shameless manager I've ever seen in my life, bro.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
I was hammered when I brought him, yeah.
Oh.
So that's perspective.
Oh, and I was hammered when I brought him in. Oh, so you're stressing then. Your job's on the line. Why were you hammered when you brought in Raya? Man said, let me VAR that. Man said I was hammered. Perspective, I was hammered when I brought him in. Crazy. So you be drinking. You be getting smashed. Crazy.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. And I was hammered when I brought him, yeah? So that's perspective as well.
Wow.
Very good to understand the game, and especially when a few months or years go by. It's really good to look back as well and reflect on that.
You're right, people did wonder why you brought him in.
No, but it's not. We did. And obviously with the help of everybody, I think he has a tremendous impact in the team. So congratulations, because what he's done in that period is even exceptional.
And finally, I also thought that about Madueke in the summer, not Madueke, who, by the way, has just been a star for England. I know you watch in Spain, but England won 2 games as well. And he's been a star for England. Does that give you a bit of a headache when Bukayo Saka comes back? Because
I hope so, yeah. That when they come, that he's in his best condition and only the same, but that's what we want. And I'm very happy to have him. I think looking back at what he's done with the national team as well, spoke to Thomas as well, very pleased with that. So he's really good. He's in a really, really good moment at the moment.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Alex, BBC.
Mad. This guy is hammered when he's bringing in players into the club. That's what we're doing, yeah? Everyone's smashed. Everyone's on Jack Daniels and Coke. Everyone's getting Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs going around when we're selecting players. Do you know what I'm saying? It must have been. To bring in Kepa when Kelleher's there, everyone's on the Jägermeister. Couple shots, boom, we're going to get Kepa. This guy, the arrogance is crazy. And the way he's talking, as if he's achieved anything. Man's picking at straws. Where's the trophies, Filudaputa? Stop talking about stats. And they're not even factually correct stats. This guy's fudging the numbers thinking that we're going to fall for this, bro. This guy's a clown.
Can I just ask about Kai Havertz? How is he in? Is there a time frame and when he's going to be coming back to fitness?
Yeah, he's looking really good. I mean, he's walking freely. He's starting to load Danny and start to do some bits. Obviously, as I said before, I think it would take him from weeks to months. But knowing Kai, I cannot give you any time scale because I know what he's going to try to do, same with Gabi Jesus. So I think he's in a good moment. It was a very tough decision for him to go and have that procedure done. But I think it was necessary and it was the right decision from the medical team to persuade him to do that.
And now the window is shut. Hero and Capi is in all the players back from international duty. The first time you probably have the squad here. How do you feel about that? How's the competition levels?
Well, happy because at the end, through the summer, through pre-season, there is a lot of unknowns and players that I don't really understand the role, the future, and at the end, we have managed to accomplish what we wanted. Take the opportunity as well to say thank you to some of the players that left us after a few years.
Okay. So we accomplished what we wanted. That is the key bit that I took from that. When man's been asked about the transfer window, we accomplished what we wanted. I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. I don't want to hear no excuses that Saka's out. I don't want to hear no excuses that Havertz is out. You got the team and the squad that you wanted. The business that we done in the summer, we accomplished what we wanted. We're going to remember that, Mikel. We're going to remember that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to remember that.
A great contribution to the club and the team. Wish them all the very best. And now we have clarity. This is the squad that we have here at least till January, and very pleased with it.
And now the window is shut. I suppose the work moves to keeping the players here that you have. So how are discussions going around the future of Kai Saka and Williams.
That never stops, but I think the collaboration between the club and what Andrea's doing and the agent is very, very, very good. I think the good thing is that the players want to remain here and they want to be a big part of the history of this club in the next few years, and that's always positive, and then Andrea will drive that and see where we go.
The players want to stay here. Okay, so why are they going down to less than 2 years in their contracts and neither one of them has signed? Saliba hasn't signed and Saka hasn't signed. The rumors of Saliba going to Real Madrid haven't died down. The best way to prove this is for them to sign a new contract. Once the contract's signed, there's no more conversation. How come they ain't signed? Gabriel signed like it was nothing. Skelly signed like it was nothing. Ethan signed like it was nothing. Yeah, you can continue with this narrative, bro. We'll believe it when we see it because, yeah, this Saliba merry-go-round with the contracts just continues and continues and continues. And once again, it looks like it's leading down to 2 players walking away from free, 2 of our biggest assets walking away from free. So we're either going to lose them on a free or we're going to probably lose them for a quarter of the price of what we could have got out of the transfer if they still had 2-3 years on their 4 years on their contract. But okay, they're very happy and they're committed to the club. Okay, we'll see.
Come to Art from the Athletic.
Can I just double check on Saliba? Did you say he trained?
Yeah, he trained today, yeah.
Is that his first session back?
Saliba trained, yeah? Saliba trained. Okay, then. Saliba trained. This guy is going to re-injure players, bro. This guy is 100% going to re-injure players.
He trained today, yes.
Okay, and also I noticed during the break you did the talk with Steve Kerr, and in that he said something quite interesting about, I guess, groups needing kind of a joker.
About Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, in a football sense rather than personality, is there room for a joker in a Mikel Arteta team?
Well, I don't know if there is a room for a joker in this society, in this industry, in football right now. I don't know if that will be respected and viewed as something positive to that. I think the credit as well went to Phil Jackson, how he managed that personality. You can name it as you want it. But when he had to compete, he helped them to win major trophies and he was instrumental on that. And he managed to deal with his character in a really smart way to get the best out of him. And that's at the end. You can call it as you want. We have 19 different nationalities, 26 different players. We have to live with them and we need to get the best out of them. That's it.
In that, I was...
Funny that you only ever mention winning major honours when it's other managers or other sportsmen and people like that. Why don't you ever talk about winning major honours? Why don't you ever talk about trophies? Why don't you ever talk about when we can expect to win major honours? Nothing from you, Mikel. Completely silent, completely quiet. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. But let's continue, innit? Let's continue.
Also, kind of referring to him saying, I guess, someone who does things a bit differently. And do you see, I guess, space for someone like that on the football pitch, not just about their kind of personality and how they are?
About the players, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially when he's effective and then as to what he had to do and the role he had in the team, he was the best in the league. So you have somebody that does something different to help you to win football matches, more than welcome. Yeah,
Jack, see this?
I'd just like to go back to what you said there about the perception off the back of the Liverpool game. Your team had more shots in that game, back then were expected goals. Why do you think the perception is that your team is negative? Because that generally seems to be the conversation around you since that.
Well, I don't know because I don't read that, but obviously after reviewing the match and analyzing it is very different perspective or opinion than the one that I have in relation to that. But you have to respect every opinion. At the end, the opinion is going to be different if you win or lose. That's it. You have to accept that.
So why can't you explain how we're not playing negative football? Why can't you explain it? Because the only analysis we've got from you is why didn't Eze take his opportunity? What can we do? He had an opportunity 1v1 with the goalkeeper and he didn't take it and he didn't score. That was your only analysis of the Liverpool game. So if you disagree with the criticism, why don't you come out and actually explain to us why this is positive football? Why we're playing some scintillating football? the chances that we're creating, the idea in how we play football. Why didn't you come out and explain then? All this guy does is dismiss. Well, some people got opinions. Some people are going to say negative. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. Some people are going to have a certain... No, we see the football. We have to fucking watch it for 90 minutes. You think we want to watch this porcaria of a football that we're watching? It's one of the most horrendous football I've ever seen in my life. In my life. This football is horrendous. And all you got to say is, some people got a negative opinion. Well, then tell us what it is. Because I'm not seeing great football. We've seen you 22-23 season play some good football. We've seen you be capable of playing some good football. Not winning major honours, but we've seen you play some good football. I'll give you that. I'll give this manager that. I've seen you play some good football. Where's that gone? Because I ain't seen none of it. I'm not seeing none of it. Why is it that we've been playing shit in pre-season and we've been playing shit in these last 3 games? What is the idea? We're not effective on the left-hand side of our attack. We're not effective on the right-hand side anymore because Saka's out. The striker is not effective enough, bro. I told this guy I'm live. I swear to God, I'm going to get mad. I am live. Calaboca. As I was saying, the number 10 is not affecting the game. Can you explain to me what is the idea and how we set up to counter-attack? To attack? What is it that we're... Bro, this guy, all he does is dismiss. Anytime, any form of criticism, he dismissed. There's no explanation. There's no tactical insight. Nothing. Nothing, you know. This is why he's gonna... This is why we're gonna do nothing, bro. This guy is clueless.
A follow-up. We've probably now at the end of the window got 2 top players in every position. It's the manager's dream, really. But how are you going to keep them all happy?
Well, the same that the other top teams, nothing different. So that's what we have to do.
Okay, last couple in the Live. James from ESPN.
Hi, Mikel.
Clueless.
You mentioned earlier that the players coming back fit is different to what happened last season.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think with the squad you've got now, you're in a better position to negotiate this period of stop-start for the international break?
Negotiate in what sense?
Fuck's sake, move yourself, man. And I need to go pick up my car as well. I got a flat tire this morning. Didn't even go into work. I had a massive flat tire, man. I need to, yeah. As soon as it's done, we'll wrap up. I need to pick up my car. Otherwise, I won't have a car this weekend. You know what I mean? Flipping screw, man. But anyway, let's continue.
Yes, for sure. I think that's what we've done it because last year we were much shorter, especially in certain positions, and now I think we are we have better depth, better quality, better options as well because some players can play in 2 or 3 different positions, which is great to have and it's going to give us very different options.
And just on that.
Okay, so we're doing this versatility thing again. The versatility thing ain't going nowhere. But man said we got better options. We know that. That's why we were asking you to make earlier substitutions against Liverpool to change the game, but you waited to the 70th minute. You gave Diamond 2 minutes at the end, bringing him on in the 89th minute. Disgrace. Absolute disgrace.
Is it, obviously, he's got this very distinctive style of play, which is very different to how Forest used to play. So is it quite hard to kind of anticipate what you're going to face tomorrow because it's the first time we've seen an Ange Postecoglou block Forest?
Before the game, yes, but the moment the game starts, after 5 minutes, we'll see very clear behaviors, what they want to do, and that's what we have prepared.
And just finally, just remind one in terms of the title race. Liverpool obviously signed these at right at the end of the window. How do you think that changes the title race overall?
Well, they are the strongest for sure. They have recruited probably the 2 most decisive players that they were in Europe in the market. And they've done really well to recruit that. They were really very strong. And I think we need to look at ourselves and what we have to do in terms of our abilities to be better than them. That's it.
Tom from London. Mikel, I'll ask about a coaching question quickly. Players generally changed and evolved, and so has the system over the 5 years that you've been manager. There's a discussion kind of at the moment, I think, around some of the players who had some real peaks a couple of seasons ago, and perhaps they're out for a slightly dipped in the last couple of seasons. As a manager, how do you tackle when that happens, where a player's got for a big rise and then maybe they're out for a slightly gone down recently?
Well, that normally happens as well, especially with attacking players in relation to what they have provided. But that's a very volatile thing, and you have to recognize that. First of all, look at yourself. So if you are...
This question here, how long has it taken us? 17 minutes to get to a proper question. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that in the last 2 years we've had players that have dipped in form tremendously? This guy goes, but it is what happens with the attacking players. With the attacking players, this is normal, guys. It happens with it. What the fuck are you talking about? How long has Salah been banging in goals? How long has Haaland been banging in goals? Did Aguero go for a massive dip? What are you talking about? Aubameyang was here at this club, putting numbers year in, year out. What are you talking about? Top managers pay top players in the right position and get more out of them. What are you chatting about? What are you chatting about? The dip in Odegaard has been also to do with you and your management and the way that you are not able to coach this guy to become a better developed player. You have not developed the player. You have not developed him. Martinelli, you've not developed him. Havertz, you have not developed him. He's putting in the same numbers as the striker that he was supposed to replace in Jesus. That's not a development. Not a development. So what are we doing here? You ain't developed Trossard. You have not developed these players, bro. You had Reece Nelson. You never developed him. Nketiah, you never developed him. Which one of these attacking players have you developed? Fabio Vieira was here. He was supposed to be your backup number 10. Did you develop him? There's so many attacking players you have not developed for you to say, oh, it happens with attacking players. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I didn't see this happen with Van Persie. I didn't see this under Wenger happen with Alexis Sanchez. I saw Alexis Sanchez improve. I saw him improve under Wenger, not get worse. I saw Giroud improve under Wenger, not get worse. I saw Adebayor improve under Wenger, not get worse. I saw Van Persie improve under Wenger, not get worse. I saw Fabregas evolve into a top world-class player, not get worse. Not get worse, bro. So don't tell us that this happens with attacking players. I saw Theo Walcott develop, not get worse. And Theo Walcott right now is better than Madueke, he's better than Trossard, and he's better than Martinelli. And at the time, we still didn't even rate him that highly. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a joke. Hold on. The garage is calling me. Hold on. I'll pause this. Hold on. Good news. Looks like my car's done. You know what I'm saying? Look like my tire's fixed. Anyway, as I was saying, bro, I'm not hearing this. How is he talking about, oh, this is what happens with play? No, it's VAR that because he's taking the piss.
Players who had some real peaks a couple of seasons ago, and perhaps they're out for slightly dips in the last couple of seasons. As a manager, how do you tackle when that happens where players go for a big rise and then maybe they're out for slightly gone down recently?
Well, that normally happens as well, especially with attacking players in relation to what they have provided. But
normally happens with attacking players. This guy chats so much shit.
That's a very volatile thing, and you have to recognize that. First of all, look at yourself. So if you are doing something that is not helping enough their qualities or to get in position that they can express better or have a better chance to exploit their qualities there, and then communicate with them as well. And it's something quite normal in football.
Okay. Playing them in the right positions and communicating with them what they need to do. So what's your communication with Odegaard? Because he's been shit. What's your communication with Martinelli, Trossard, Havertz? What's the communication? What are you telling them? What's your communication with Merino as a DM? Now, this guy listen, this is the first time, for once, I'm seeing this guy take a little bit of accountability and saying that their performances are based on the way he's managing them. For once, I can give you at least that, some acknowledgement that you ain't doing right by a lot of these players in terms of improving them if you want to keep them at the club. So I'll give you that, but it's still a disgrace that they're still here. It's still a disgrace in the trajectory of their career and the way that they're playing week in, week out. And I see a lack of evolution in their game. I see a lack of evolution. It's a disgrace. But let's continue.
Especially for attacking players that have to create those moments.
Is there ever a fear about overcoaching a player from a manager's perspective?
You can be, yeah. Or coaching him badly. It's like communicating.
There is a fear of overcoaching or coaching badly. Well, you've coached all these players badly. Yeah, I'm saying, what was your coaching for Zinchenko to be a left back? What was your coaching? I didn't see none. What was your coaching for Trusty? Or Lukonga, Fabi Vieira? What about Marquinhos? You let him go straight away. No coaching there? No coaching. Okay.
On the pitch, you can say, no, I want you guys to coach. Yeah, coach, but coach well. Because coaching badly is a terrible thing to do. It's better not to coach and be on mute than coach badly. So, yeah, that's always a line there.
Thank you. It's better to be on mute than to coach badly. Please be on mute. When we're playing, just sit down. Don't get out your technical box. Stop shouting. Do you know what I'm saying? Stop cutting shapes. Just sit down. Because it ain't working.
It's very important.
Phil,
I'm just the one on Matt Wacky you spoke about him a bit earlier, but obviously when it was emerged that he was going to join Arsenal, there was a bit of backlash amongst the fans and all that sort of stuff. I just wanted to get your opinion on how impressive he's been in the sense that he's been able to block that out and sort of bring the start of Arsenal. How impressive is that?
Well, I can talk about what I've seen and what I've experienced, and I think the welcoming that our supporters give to Noni from day one, it was incredible. So I don't know, other ways that people communicated the disagreement with that, but our support.
Oh, you didn't see the disagreement with that, Mikel? It was the crash out by Igal. I'm actually going to use that for one of the intros. One of my intros is going to be Igal's crash out. It was Igal, a top gooner, somebody that's supporting, somebody that says, what if the players see this? Somebody that says, I'd rather be a supporter that gets behind the club than critiques the club. If you critique the club, you're twerking for rivals. It was Igal. Igal talks football. It was Igal talks football. I'm snitching. It was Igal talks football. He calls me out all the time about the way that I address this club and my criticisms of this club. It was Igal talk football. That one right there. It was Igal. I'm telling you right now, Miguel, you need to go chat to him because he sings all this North London forever, Mikel Arteta's army, and then he's spazzing out when it's Noni, bro. It was Igal, bro. The one that looks like ET, it was Igal, bro. It was Igal. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him, please don't tell him I told you, but it was Igal. You know what I mean? You might see him on a football terrace. You might see him on Dan Potts. You'll see him around. You know what I'm saying? It was him. I'm just telling you right now, he was spazzing out. It was him. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm snitching. I'm fully snitching with the whole chest. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a gangster. I don't care. There ain't no rules out here. There ain't no rules. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you don't know about the critique, it was Igal. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely using that as an intro as well. Let's continue.
Supporters, they've been exceptional, and rightly so, because he's an unbelievable player.
Just a quick follow-up on the title race question. How difficult would it be to stop Liverpool this year?
You know, about Liverpool, it's about the league in general, how difficult it's going to be with the level that it is to be so consistent and winning the amount of matches that you need to earn the right to win the Premier League. And that's going to be a really long run from all of us.
Quick one from Charles.
Look at his face. He was smiling when it was, David Raya. He's the greatest goalkeeper now in the history of Arsenal football. Look at his face now. Look at his face now. He looks like he's actually drank one of them lemons that he squeezed so hard. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. Looking sour face. Look at his face now. Hey, he ain't looking so confident now, Mikel, isn't it? When the hard questions come into the room, you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? What's going on? Look at he wants to get the fuck out there. Look at his face.
The Champions League squad for the league phase, I think surprised a few people who've seen videos of him, out on the pitch training with the ball, that sort of stuff. What was the thought process in that leading him out, and how far away are we from the Champions League?
Well, he had a major surgery that it was going to take him many, many months. So after discussing that with the medical staff and understanding the schedule that we had and when we thought that he could be available, that it will be between December and January, we decided to make that call, like we've done it in the past with other players. Hopefully we get it wrong and he comes back earlier, but at the moment the provision was very clear. To start training with the team, it was around that time, the schedule that we had.
Okay, that finishes the As Live. We'll go into the 10th.
There we go. There we go. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone locked in. You know what I'm saying? Mikel, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Stop the fake stats. I don't know who's feeding him fake stats. Stop the fake stats. Stop the fake cap. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we will see how this goes, man. We'll see how this goes. It's an absolute joke. Just win against Forest. I don't want to hear no excuses. Big up to everyone that's locked in. I do, unfortunately, I would have probably done 2 hours, But unfortunately, I do need to get my car before the garage closes. So big up to everyone that's locked in. Northside Raid on the way in. We're redirecting to troops. Northside Raid on the way in. And I'm out, familia. Love, love, love.